On June 29th, Megève hosted the second round of the UCI Mountain Bike Marathon World Cup. All of the riders in the world have gathered for this highly anticipated event. The leader's jersey is worn by Vera Lusa. And here we go. The race is a grueling 100 kilometers with a 5,000 meter climb.
We are in Megève for the World Cup in France. How do you feel?
I'm feeling really good, really excited for tomorrow's race. It's going to be my first World Cup this year and I'm feeling strong and motivated to do it. Yeah, it's going to be a long race, but I'm looking forward to it.
The riders have reached the gravel roads and have started to spread out as the marathon continues. Margot Moschetti is following closely behind Vera Lusa, who is known for her steady pacing. Soudal Leekugan rider Adelaide Marath is showing great form right from the start, breaking away from the others. This scenario will be a common theme throughout the race, with Marath pushing to the front alone.
Who do you see as a favorite?
Well,
We can
I
say
think-
multiple names.
in my heart, Margot, because actually she's very strong. I tried to follow her at the French Championship and it was really, really hard. And the race here in Megève is quite steep. I think she could be really great because she also made a great stage in altitude. So I think she could, yes, maybe she could win the race against Vera. I hope so. But yes, Vera is very strong actually. And, she's one of the best of the world, so also Vera. But Margot, she's French and she's my friend. So.
In another scene, we see Morath struggling with her descent, allowing Leila Niemcevic from the Ella Bike team to catch up. After rough weather and the previous day's race, the terrain had become wet, muddy, and sticky. After a safe start, Vera is pushing towards the lead.
So you finished third at Nove Mesto. I guess that you have an eye on the GC and on the leader's jersey. Do you have some tactics, strategy in mind?
I think not really for tomorrow. I think more tomorrow is more survive, go to the finish as fast as possible. Because I think there are a lot of things that can be happen, like also with the mud and the climbs and also with the heat tomorrow. So you need to take it safe and go for the general classification of the World Cup.
Adelaide Morath struggles in the muddy conditions. Morath's struggle allows Leyla Nemcevic to close the gap and join her on the flatter sections. Both riders look very strong on the flatter terrain.
We are now in France at Megève. When did you arrive here for, I guess, recce of the course?
Yeah, we came here Sunday. Should have arrived earlier, but saw some bad weather, so delayed the trip a bit. But it turned out to be quite enough to do the recon of the track.
Okay, have you done all the recon or just part of it?
Yeah, I've done all the track, 2 days, split into 2 days. So it was yeah, quite nice track. I like it. Lots of climbing, as we know, and lots of beautiful views.
The next climb is similar to the previous one, with the European champion pushing well in the lead and Leyla closing the gap on the descent.
Hi Margot, so you're getting ready for the race. How do you feel?
I feel good. I am happy to be here in France with my jersey, but today is our day, I think, because it's long race. But I see during the race.
Who do you feel will be in the front?
I don't know. I see after the first climb what the rhythm and I go or not.
And it's your third NB race or
No, my 3 NB race, but only it's my first in a long NB race.
how do you feel for tomorrow? What do you feel the most, I would say?
I think there's quite a few strong girls on the start line. Definitely Layla will be there. She came second in the first Marathon World Cup. She won the series last year. She's also a good climber and a really strong rider. There's Hannah from America. I think she's also really good. I think she's quite a little bit of an underdog here. Nobody really knows her. I've raced against her in America last year and been following her path a bit, and I know she'll be super strong. But also Margot, she recently won the French national champs I think a week ago, so she's definitely also good form. Then we have Adelaide Morat back, the European champion. I think she's also coming back to strength, so yeah, there will be lots of good girls, and I'm excited to race them all.
Oh.
Suddenly, Vera had to stop to fix a punctured tire.
Okay, let's go.
It takes only 1 minute and she's back in the race, continuing at the same pace, with a gap of only a minute until she needs to stop at the pit zone to repair the flat tire. Margot Moschetti is a few minutes behind. She was fourth for most of the race, but had to step back a little. At the front, on the next climb, Morath had an advantage of a few seconds over Layla. Down a rocky descent, Adelaide pushes hard to create a bigger gap between her and Layla. Unfortunately, she hits a rock. Upon inspection, it looks bad for Adelaide Morath. Unfortunately, her race is over.
It's broken. Okay, finito.
Leyla Nemcevic now controls the gap between her and Vera, with a strong lead of around 2 to 3 minutes. Vera is pushing as hard as she can. The Infinity Insurance rider is trying to close the gap between her and Layla. Her leader's jersey is in contention, and there's a possibility it could end up on Leila's shoulders. At this point, Margot is in 8th place, but as a French champion in France, support is readily available and loud. It was not a good day for Margot Moschetti, who happened to be sick on the day of the race. The riders also had to deal with some uninvited guests. This wasn't a problem for Leila, who stayed composed and kept her pace, riding to the finish line. After 5,000 meters of climbing, Leila proved herself, becoming a formidable challenge for the next year's World Cup. The French champion gave everything she had to climb in the standards. In the final descent, Leila showcased her strong abilities. The race could have ended for Leila as she went narrow and hit her rear wheel. Fortunately, she continued safely. Just one last push for Leila before reaching the final descent to the finish line. And the win goes to Leila Niemcevic. With the second place going to Hannah Ray Otto.
Hi Vera, congrats on your third place. I know that you're a bit disappointed because you were in contention for the second and even for the first before, and you had quite a few hiccups. Can you explain?
Yeah, I mean, third is still good, and I'm actually quite surprised I could still pull it off. Yeah, I didn't have a perfect day. I had good legs, and I think I could show again that I can keep up with the best. But yeah, I had an early puncture already after the second climb that I could fix relatively quickly. It wasn't a big issue. And then at the top of the last climb, I hit a rock or something, flew into my rim. I don't think it's something that I could have done differently. I think it's just bad luck. It smashed my rim or my spoke, and it poked into the rim, and the whole rim was flat. There's no chance for me to fix it. I could have maybe put a tube in, which I didn't have, so I couldn't. And yeah, so the last 13 kilometers I rode on a flat rim. And there was still quite a bit of climbing, which made it really tough. Downhill went surprisingly well. I think I rode everything, I didn't walk anything. I felt really sorry for the rim, but I thought if I can make some prize money, I can put it back into the rim and I can buy a new rim. So yeah, not the ideal day, but I think I'm proud of myself for not quitting and for not giving up, and for pushing through. And yeah, it's a long day out there, and I was mentally really strong, I think. So yeah, all in all, it was a good day.
Yeah, that's for sure. And yeah, you did very well. And it was your first MB race. What do you take out of it?
It was less bad than I expected it to be. It was also shorter time-wise than I expected it to be. I thought we will have 7 hours. I think the winning time was around 6.5, which I think I would have been very close to as well if I didn't lose the 15 minutes at the end. But yeah, and I think there was good racing as well. There's lots of girls that actually finished around the 7 hours, which I think is really impressive. I thought that would be the winning time. So yeah, I think it was good racing. It is really, really tough. I mean, the last climb, I could also feel my legs and there wasn't really much coming out of them anymore, but I think that's quite normal after so much climbing and so many kilometers. And the conditions were tough as well. It's muddy, it's sticky, it's your gears the gears work, but your chain is making noises, and yeah, it's just not as nice as it would be when it would be dry.
Yeah. So now you're second on the GC, and it will be a big competition for Salt Lake.
Yeah, I think Salt Lake will suit me better again.
Or Lake Placid, let's say Lake Placid.
Yeah, so true, Lake Placid. I actually haven't looked at the course there, but from what I've heard, I think it will suit me. So Leila, better watch out. But it's a cool battle. I think it's good that there's a strong battle and that not one person can just pull it off and be safe away. So yeah, that's what racing is about.
That's for sure. Congrats again, and we'll see you next time. What is your plan for the next month or coming month?
Actually, I only have one race, the Ultra Black Forest, and then I'm doing the Olympics on the road. So I'll change his skinny tires now for a bit.
Great, so maybe see you in Paris then, and all the best.
Thank you.
Oh, 1 second. Just a second, right? 1 second.
So congrats. I guess you're happy with the result, of course.
Yeah, of course.
And if I'm not mistaken, you have the Lucas jersey again.
Yeah, it's back where it belongs.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
I don't know if Vera would say that, but
It's a joke.
what do you take out of that race?
Well, I knew I was the best. I just needed things to fall into place. We definitely trained a bit different this year. We are preparing for the races at the end of the year, so we definitely did a build up for every race. We did a little later. So yeah, I think I'm 20% better now than I was in Nové Město na Moravě, and expecting to be even better later on in the year.
Okay, nice. And for the coming month, what is the plan? What do you have in sight? Maybe the European, maybe the World Championship?
Yeah, European Championship. We have it in 18th of August in Denmark. In between some fun races, I think I will do the race in the Dolomites. Other than that, national championships, and after that we're getting ready for the World Championships and the last round of the World Series.
Here is the podium. Leila Nimšević on top, followed by second place finisher Hannah Ray Otto, who was last year's World Cup winner. And finally, Vera Lusa in third place,